Where can you go when you know that it's no use? Walking in circles with a head full of excuses. You call it magic and I call it a black heart. Flames already faded before it starts. And when you talk to me, talk to me, baby, do you feel like you're fighting it lately? It's okay, the blame can fade away. All the things I need to say, they get in the way. It's okay, the blame can fade away. All the things I need to say, they get in the way. Why would I say that I'm crazy for feeling this way? It's all in my head and I think that I'm going insane. I call it tragic and you call it fate. But my gut feeling is that you're playing me. And when you talk to me, talk to me, baby, do you feel like you're fighting it lately? It's okay, the blame can fade away. All the things I need to say, they get in the way. It's okay, the blame can fade away. All the things I need to say, they get in the way.
I have never even touched a white man, but I would.
Holy cow. Sorry about that. I'm trying to write down this code. As you can see by the title, it was a false alarm. Hold on, let me put this in here so people can come up if they want, trying to come on early. It is... Why is it doing that? I didn't put it on caps. What the heck? I don't know why it's doing this. I'll put it in here. Obviously, it's being stupid, so we'll do it here. Gives me a chance to get my code and stuff. Now you're wondering what the false alarm was. I'll tell you. That just gave me a minute to get set up. False alarm that happened is my whip. If you know what a whip is, I don't know if you people know what a whip is. My friend Roy, if you've seen him on the stream, he's the one that told me about what a whip is. What a whip is what some people, it's a slang term for a car. So when you might hear someone in America say their whip, they're talking about their vehicle. Well, my vehicle, when I got home from doing a couple errands yesterday, it sounded like I modified my muffler, literally. So I kind of freaked out. I'm like, oh, man, what's wrong? So I made an appointment and went to the shop, and they found nothing wrong. So they're saying that it's probably was caused by the fact that the oil didn't get up into the chambers, into the good Lord. Okay, my brain's not totally functioning again, but into the piston area, the cylinders. So it was making that noise because it wasn't circulating. It might have been thick. I think it's because maybe it was frozen or whatever. So, because I had tested it several times last night and it kept making that. I mean, it was bad. So, and I keep my car in a garage. I hate to see what happens to some people who have their cars parked outside in this. And then I went to the shop and I talked to the guy after he told me this. He lives in the town to the west of my town. And I told him about the level 3 snow emergency. I've been living here for 14 years today. Now it's exactly 14 years ago that I came to Ohio. And I said, I've never seen a level 3 snow emergency. And his reply is he's been living here as long as they've had snow emergencies, which is probably way before. And he's never seen one either. So, and he said we probably got about 15 inches. I'm sorry if you don't. I see 2 people here and then I see 1. So I have a link pinned if you want to come up and yap. Because I can probably yap for a little bit, but not like usual. This freaking winter is just what it's wintering. Winter is wintering. And Ty Z and Cheap Charlie are smart because there's somewhere other than where winter is wintering. Like here, it's wintering really good. And it's wintering really good where Cheap Charlie lives. And it's also wintering very well where Ty Z lives. And Kelly Caldwell, I guess. I don't know. He's sort of southeast of me, so I don't know how that works over there, but winter is wintering. I mean, my poor whip was like, hello. I'm like, good Lord. Sound like okay, you know how young guys like to modify their mufflers to make them loud? That's what my car sounded like yesterday. It sounded like I modified it and I didn't modify it. So, needless to say, I was a little concerned. Like I said, I'm going to do a Ty Z. We're going to see if you get anybody that wants to come up on the panel, because I do have a link up there. If you don't want to, that's fine. If nobody wants to talk, that's fine too. I'm trying to catch my European friends on the other side of the big pond. That's why I do this when I can. And if y'all don't want to come in and chat, I got to fix this freaking avatar. I don't know what the heck is going on here. It worked before. I got to put a picture on here and I don't know how to do it. I did it. It automatically did it before or something. So, yeah. So the false alarm was my whip. I was having thoughts that, oh my God, my muffler is going. Oh my God, I just had my 3rd catalytic converter in my car blew. I mean, there was some thoughts going through my head. And then I was my last hour on the clock as I'm doing my work. I was dealing with another issue that people have been, I swear, when you deal with business and people drop the ball and you have to keep telling them how to do their job, I'll just say it gets annoying. I mean, I was so mad by about the fourth phone call. I was in tears because I was so mad. Yes, if I get really mad, I'll start crying, but it's not tears of happiness. It's not tears of sadness. It's tears of anger. And hopefully they've got 1 week to get this fixed because there's an appointment that was made already to go move forward with this because it should have been happening months ago. So now they've got the freaking gun to their head. They've got to get this fixed. So we'll see how that works. I don't like having to do that, but if you're not going to do your bloody job, then I'm going to put a gun to your head and say you better get it done because here's your deadline. So, and thinking about my whip yesterday, I had just filled up my gas tank too, because they always tell you when it's really cold here. Well, okay. Mechanics, I've had many mechanics in my life, and my number one mechanic, God rest his soul in peace, Frank, he always told me that's one thing. If it's cold, always have at least a half a tank of gas in your car. And I was just shy of a half a tank, so I made sure that I filled it up. And it's so weird when you do everything you're supposed to do. Hey, Bess, what's up? Yeah, I Bass, you are so funny. Yeah. It kind of was clickbait, but I wasn't intending it. No, it was my car. My car sounded like, okay, you're a young person. You know what young guys do when they get their whips, which is is a ghetto term for car. When they get their whips, they like to modify their muffler so they're loud. You know what I mean? That's what my car sounded like. I modified the muffler. And I'm like, this isn't normal. And I went back into because it's in a garage. I went back into the garage like 3 times to see if it would stop, and it didn't. It got less loud, but it still did it. Oh, you don't like loud stuff? Okay. Well, I don't either, but I didn't know. So when my car did that, I was like, okay, I better go make an appointment with the shop. So I did, and I went, just got back. And I also had to talk to my boss because I had to swap my day in the office. I was supposed to be in the office today, so now I got to go in the office 2 days in a row. No big deal. As long as there's nothing wrong with my whip, I'm fine. So how you doing, darling? How's things? Or how they say it? How's it shaking where you are? I don't know where you are because you go all over the place. Because oh, you do. Okay. Okay. So the young lady that remember when John and I were on there, how's it shaking? It's shaking, bro. It's shaking. I'm just happy my whip is okay. I got some other business I had to push. I'm so glad. I mean, my mom, God rest her soul, she taught me how to take care of business because there's so many people out there that just don't know how. You know what? It's funny you mentioned that. My daughter, she had a lot, all of her friends, and I met a lot of her friends, because if they end up hanging out together, well, the parents meet the other parents to make sure that, you know, everything is on the up and up and the other parents aren't weird, if you know what I mean, without saying anything offensive. And her friends would always tell me, they always say, I want your mom. They always would say that to her about me. And my daughter says, no, I'm not sharing. So yeah, I was. I was the mom who drove a sports car instead of a minivan because I thought minivans were so freaking boring. You know what I mean? And now I think SUVs are boring. I just don't want to be like everybody else. So, yeah. So you probably got a few young ladies over there where you at, don't you, Bass? I mean, come on. Anybody you get now is going to be better than. No, no. I drove a Firebird, a Pontiac Firebird. No, dude, I was a young mom and I could not afford that. Jesus. If I was able to afford a Ferrari when I was a mom, I would have left her dad, that's for sure. Because he was kind of icky, you know? I mean, for all intensive purposes, he was not, you know. Okay. So, who was the woman in the room with you that you were hiding off the camera when we were, remember we were and you came up on the panel, remember? Who was that young lady? Oh, only okay. So you swing that way. Is that what I'm saying? And that's cool. I don't judge. I'm from California. I've seen it all. Or if I haven't seen it all, I've definitely seen a lot more than these Midwestern people. I mean, honestly, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I was on a panel once and I told people, I said, if I was ever to go bat for the other team, if you know what I mean, I already have one lady, she's in Canada, and one celebrity that I would definitely make my first girl crush into, well, you know. Oh, you do? Okay. Okay. So they're skinny and hung like horses. Is that what I'm getting? We got plenty of them here. Oh, Bass. Oh, Bass. You're so funny. Oh my goodness. And only him, right? Not Nescafe or any of the other ones. Or the other one was his name. Uh Geez, I just met him too. What was his name? Halfwit. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. See, unless you say it, I would not know. Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. Because I was going to say, you don't look Somalian. I do remember that one time we were all on the panel. I'm like, half would have worked, but I get it now. So he didn't come off as too feminine to me, bro. He was trying to be sort of alpha. I guess because he was attacking JHK. And JHK can't stand him because he brought that up to me. And I'm like, whoa, I don't have any problems with it with Nescafe. I can tell you have problems with him because he was riding him like, yeah. So you like the alphas then. Is that what I'm getting? And there's nothing wrong with liking them alphas. I'm an alpha, so I don't think I could be with an total alpha. I would have to be with a Sigma. Is that the one that's sort of both? A little alpha, a little beta. He did. Why did he block you? Is it because of FISA? I'm gonna tell you that I talked to JHK, but not that much. A simp? I don't think I want a simp. It doesn't sound right. Um, he still chases me like a puppy dog. He still follows me around, but because he can't put a leash on that bitch, basically FISA, because I consider her a bitch is a female dog, by the way. That's what I'm because of her. Well, yeah. Well, he's not with her. Not now. Now she still stalks him and she's still trying to figure out, who he's talking to and whatever, and she's not with him, whatever. I don't know. He's he's on his own. I'll say he's on his own path right now without being too offensive or anything like that. But yeah, I think there was a lot of people having issues because of the Dirty Muzzy. And I'm going to tell you, I think I've already mentioned it once. I was with a Muzzy for 9 months. Okay. And they can be, well, they can be just, sorry, I'm going to switch these. They can be exactly what you just typed in there. Okay. They're not pleasant. Hey, Nick. Who's your favorite alcoholic? Is it Jay or is it John or JHK or neither one? Oh, by the way, Nick, this is Dan Bass. He's also likes to be called Bass. So we call him Bass. Everybody, if you hear anybody like if Jay Quinn comes up here, he just calls him Bass. That's just what he likes to be called. Yeah, and Nick he lives in Texas. He's a married Christian man, and I met him in the gig community, right, Nick? That's where I met you. We that's a different group on YouTube where there are a bunch of people. The thing they have in common is they deliver, like gig workers, they, do Uber and Lyft and food delivery. That was how we met. And if I'm wrong, please correct me if you want to, Nick, because I'm just trying to remember. Really? That's what the gig worker. I didn't know that, Nick. And well, guys, I started StreamYards, what, 10 days ago? I already ran out of hours. So I had to create a new account already. This is going to be bad. That's okay. I got tons of emails. They're not going to get me to pay. I know. It seems that way, isn't it? I mean, and the things that have changed, I got to figure out how to fix this. Obviously, I can't do it now. It won't let me. It's weird. Okay, trying to play it here. To put my hockey thing up again. I haven't figured out how to do it. I'm really sorry to hear that, Nick. Take it from someone who's lost everybody. Everybody that I cared about, I lost them all. And every time it hurts. So my prayers go out to you. And that is that was said with 100% sincerity. So Bass, did you hear that JQ was up here too? He was what day did he come up here? I think it was Sunday. He came up on the stream, he came up on the panel. And my friend Roy, who knows Nick, Roy, they were up there having a good old time on the panel. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, you're right. How ironic. And I'll tell you, Nick, the reason why it says false alarm is I think you were on here when I was telling my car was acting stupid. And thank you, Nick. And I thought my muffler was getting ready to go. I thought I was having thoughts of a catalytic converter because I still have one that might need to be replaced. I'm thinking all the worst things. I take it into the shop after work, and it turns out it's just because it was cold. So that's the meaning behind the false alarm. It's not clickbait. It is actually true, but it could be misinterpreted as I saw Bass up here, right, Bass? First thing he said, he thought I was pregnant. But Bass is just he's a character. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way at all. But he's just Bass, If Bass is still here. But I did put the link up, so if anybody wanted to come in, like people that live in different time zones that are like hours ahead of mine, there's the link for them to use and go up, and if they want to yap on the panel, they can. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I always say it. I just leave it out there because I'll probably go through 10 more, I'll probably go through 20 more hours before the next week is done. I'm just, yeah. Well, and they're just coming and going. I guess Bass, did you leave, Bass? Yeah, Bass is a cool guy. And I met were you here when Jay Quinn was here? The guy from Australia that is my vocal coach for singing. I met Bass through him. He came into one of Jay Quinn's live streams, and he actually came up on the panel too. So that's how I know Bass. So all of these little circles where I meet people, they're all merging together. Oh, you weren't here. Okay. I thought you were when they were up on the panel. It was on Sunday. And I know I remember the weather being bad, so you didn't go, but I didn't know if you went up, if you came into my stream or not. I had more than one as usual. I have problems. It seems to be a common thread that I have some kind of bloody issue because I'm still trying to figure this out. Oh, actually, I said it in there. I said my whip checked out okay. So I made sure that everybody sees that it wasn't clickbait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He gets a lot of people up there. But here's the thing. The only thing about Flex is he gets a bunch of people, but it's from the same YouTube genre or group. I'm like, shoot, let's just bring a bunch of people together from all different genres so that they all can meet them, see what they're like, see if they think they're cool, you know. And I think Bass, he's like on another part of the world, so it's probably late there. So if he left, I wouldn't be surprised, you know. But it was nice seeing him come in here. But yeah, Bass is a cool dude. And there's probably going to be some people that come from that particular little group, the John Quinn group. They'll probably make their way in here. One of them, if he comes in here, I will never mod him. Really? Are you serious? Is it because of all the drama, bro? Because I've heard there's been a lot of drama lately. I haven't really been around. I peek in to let them know I'm still alive, but I don't hang around because the drama. Really? Well, then he must be talking to her again, huh, Tan? Because I walked away because I don't want her even bothering me. What? Who got him banned? Are you saying they got Flex banned? Okay, rewind on this one. What the heck is going on? See, I don't hate Flex. Okay, don't think that. It's the other people that come in there like Cherry Pick and all them. They're so drama filled. I agree, Tan. But if he still listens to her, then, I did my part. I tried to get him to leave her because I saw what it was doing to his mental health. I can't do anymore. I feel that like I said, they always tell you money can buy a lot of things, but it can't buy your health. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that going on with him and her. I mean, I don't know the intricate dynamics about that like you do, but I just saw what it's doing to him, and it wasn't good. Oh, Jesus. So they went after Flex and they got him banned. Jesus. I know. I tried, Tan. That's all I can say is I tried, and I was pretty close to him friend-wise. But see, are you the one that told me that the reason why Tandra took off is because Fiza was messing with her? Or if it wasn't you, someone said it. Because I haven't seen Tandra in a minute. And she was always in the different lives. You'd see her in Kelly's, you'd see her in, well, whoever was live. She would show up and she's been gone. See, that's the thing. That's why I had to disconnect from him. And I told him, it's because you can't keep your bitch on a leash. And I'm sorry if it's swearing, Nick. I'm going to tell you my definition when I say that statement, I'm talking about the definition of a bitch being a female dog. Okay? I'm going to make that very clear because I know you're a good Christian man, but if you look it up, the definition of a bitch is a female dog, and that's what I feel she is. And I don't want her doing that shit to me. So I stepped away. When I do see him in live streams, I converse with him. I am friendly with him, but I'm not over friendly. I'm sort of cool. If you notice, I've been very cool with him. I'm not overly friendly like before. And it's because of her and what she did to Tandra. I was like, oh, hell no, because Tandra is a sweet lady. I didn't think she deserves that. So, yeah. And he knows. I made sure he know. I said, you can't put your bitch on a leash. I have to walk away. Because she's your problem. I don't need her to be my problem. So, because I don't need drama in my life. I mean, it took me a lot of years to find my peace. And yeah, I don't want no part of it. Someone that complains a lot. Are you talking about the group, the group of people there that got, I can't believe they got flex banned. When did this happen? Because I see him. You sense who is here, Tan. If you're sensing JHK is here, I do too. He follows all the time. He still follows me, but he lurks now. And I've even talked to him and said, I know you're here. I know you're lurking. Yep, me too. But he can't talk to me because I told him that I can't really, I can't be as close a friend as I was before. And it's because, once again, he cannot put his bitch on a leash. And what she did to Tandra was enough to make me just completely cut it. I can't believe that anybody could do that or would do that. You know, we all deserve to be happy. We don't deserve to be in any form of mental pain or anguish. I'm going to tell you, I've had exes, okay, that I've broken up with that have caused me a lot of mental anguish. One actually almost tried to kill me, okay? But I never did anything to him after the fact that like what she's doing to him. I would never do that. I dealt with the issue myself. Took a lot of time away from relationships. I worked on me and let that go. It took a few years, but I never went and took revenge on him, ever. And I had a good reason to. It is. And I had it done to me. He was, my ex was mentally abusive and he was about to turn physical, and that's when I left him. Now, I did carry a lot of anger inside of me towards him because of that, but I let it go eventually. It was a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of crying, a lot of kicking boxes, you know, smashing things. I had to do a lot of stuff to let go of that because there was so much mental anguish as a result of it, and I had to do what I had to do to let it go because I was not going to carry that with me. You can't carry that shit with you because then it ruins it seeps into your future relationships, and it seeps into other aspects of your life. I knew I had to do something about it. But as a woman who was on the receiving end of mental abuse, I never, ever, ever took retaliation. And I had a reason to, and I didn't. Because God didn't want me to be like that. Didn't want me to be like him. And it was hard because my favorite song, right after I left him, my theme song for 2001 going into 2002. You ever hear that song by Linkin Park, The End? I think it's The End. What's it called? Hold on. That was my theme song because it tied into that relationship. It was hard though. I had to do it though. Let's see. In the end, that's it. In the end is the song. That was my theme song from 2001 to 2002. Yep. Because that's exactly how I felt. Yeah, thank you, Tan. But I was always raised not to become like the person who abused me. And that, in the end, it doesn't even matter. That's the whole song is peppered with lyrics that spoke of that relationship and how it ended in my mind, how I was mental, how I felt mentally after I left. And I would just walk around singing it because it was like, yeah, this is how I feel, you know? And I got through it, got through a lot of stuff, and then but I didn't let it affect my mental health because just like other things that I've thought about doing in my life, which are a whole nother level of tragedy, I was not going to become something that I knew I wasn't. And becoming angry and all that just wasn't really the way to go. And finally I found my peace now, you know. It's hard, but then it's easy. I mean, I guess it's hard at the beginning because you have to let go of all the caca that's holding you back. And once you let the caca go, the peace flows in. That makes any sense. I'm sure Nick can relate. But it's like, yeah, I live a simple, boring life, but you know what? It's peaceful, so it works for me. And Nick, are you still here, bro? I know he has I know we had Bass in here. Do you remember Bass, Tan? I know if you know about the FISA drama, you know about Bass, right? He was in here tonight, a few minutes ago. And I didn't know that drama. Yeah, he was just in here. Okay, Nick, thank you. I didn't know. I didn't know if you were, you have stuff to do or whatever, because you're a married man and, you do married things. I don't do married things. I go get my whip checked out because I'm freaking out my car's getting ready to blow up. Okay. I'm on here with my laptop and my iPad Pro. Because my laptop, I can't run StreamYard, so. I mean, I could do it with just the iPad because I'm looking at the chat too, but it's not fun typing in there because it's like it has like a little dollar sign on it and it blocks some of the chat like at the very bottom. It's stupid. So, but yeah, so I think Tan knows uh Bass that was up in here earlier, Nick. Because he runs in that circle. So I can almost guarantee he knows him. And the history, the FISA, the Muzzy thing. Dirty Muzzy. That's what he called her, a dirty Muzzy. Like, oh my goodness. And that's what I told him. I said, I dated a Muzzy too. Jeez. That's crazy. And there's a lot of people hoarding too. And I mean countries, governments. At least what I've been hearing. Now, I don't like to get too political. You don't have to worry about that here. I just mention things here and there, but I'm not going to go on a tangent about it. Because that's not my thing. My thing is like, well, whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever you all want to talk about, But like I said, I'm happy about my whip. I got the other stuff moving along so I can tell my EWM. If you didn't know what an EWM is, I'm going to tell you because I kept it a secret. Okay. If everything works out, depends on what happens with this, that I'm finally getting the ball moving on this one thing that I'm waiting on. Depends on what happens with this. This will be what happens. This will determine if I'm going to Greece or not this year. Because it sounds like it's going to fall right into that time frame. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Oh, I believe that. I do. What do they tell you when stuff's going on? If you want to know the truth, follow the money. Or there's another reason behind it, which usually is political or politically based, or somewhat politically based, you know. And yeah, that would make it a scam because it's not real. COVID wasn't real. We were having a talk about that with me and Alex were the other night. I kept that stream up. If nobody's watched, I think you were here, Nick. Tan, you weren't. You might want to watch that if you mentioned this stuff about India. You need to watch. I think it. Let's see if I can find it. I'll put it on my phone. I usually get really, really sick once every 2 or 3 years. And I used to get sick every year. But I don't know what it is. It's like I don't do anything different, like except this year because this was my 2 to 3 year stint where I do get it, where I do get sick. So I've been eating mandarins by the 3-pound bag. I swear, I think I piss out orange juice, y'all. Yeah, man, vitamin C is no joke. I swear by it. I've been doing the mandarin thing I've been doing that for years because they're relatively cheap. They're usually seedless and they're very sweet. And it's an easy natural way to get your vitamin C when you need to boost your weight, boost your immunity just to kick off all this stuff that's coming through. Whatever they decide to throw at us. Yeah, well, what's sunlight right now? Actually, there was some today, but I'm in here talking to you guys. I'm bad. I could be outside, but it's too freaking cold. I would have to convert it. Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. I forgot you're all on Celsius. Hold on. Let me convert so you know what the temperature is. I can at least do that for you. I got to pull up the converter. And okay. In Celsius, right now, I can believe that too. Right now, right now in Fahrenheit, it's 10 degrees. In Celsius, it's minus 12.22222 with no infinite on that. So we've been, been in the negatives for a minute. And I think that's why my whip went crazy. It don't like extreme cold. And I keep it in a freaking garage. So it was just exposed for a few minutes yesterday, maybe 30. And then it got stupid. I'm going to tell you what, when I lived out west, 60 was barely warm enough for me. If it went below 50, I was freezing. Now, 10 is a heat wave. Because we've been getting like 0, -1, whatever. We've been in the negatives, or we've been toting the goose egg of 0 in the morning. So I don't think it was negative, like a really hard negative today. It might have been like negative. You know what? I don't know. Let me look I think I posted it because I was like, this is crazy. Let me see. I took a picture of it. Let's see here. Okay, was that today? That was yesterday. What about today? This morning at 6:24 a.m., I use the app. It's called What the F Weather. Now, Nick, I'm going to say some swear words, but this is set to swear words, so I'm just going to apologize, okay? This morning at 6:24 in the morning, as I was getting ready to start work, it was -5 actual temperature. And the little meme says, time for some fucking long johns, motherfucker. I had to screenshot it because it was so funny. It was like, and that's the reason why my whip got really crazy, because it doesn't like negative temperatures, you know? It is what it is, man. Just flow with it. But yeah, I was join the I have it on. Okay. So while he deals with FISA, which I'm sure do you feel him still, Tan? Do you feel like he's still here, or do you feel like he left? I feel like he left, but he's in and out, if you know what I mean. Because my numbers keep fluctuating. It'll go from like 3, then it goes up to 6 people in the chat, and then it goes back down to 3. 3 and 4 is like my normal. I'm just happy for anybody to be in here, because it's bloody cold out there. Yeah, lurkers. That's what he is. He lurks in my stuff all the time, Tan. And I know people call me crazy sometimes. Like, how do you know that a certain person is lurking when they're, when you can't see them on the list, and you know what I'm saying? And they're not, well, they're a lurker. Well, how do they like, well, how do you know that that person is one of the lurkers? And I said, I just know. I can't tell you how I know. I just know. I can feel the energy. It's like an energy shift with him, because he knows he can't converse with me like before, because he can't keep someone on a damn leash. And because he can't keep her on a leash, and believe me, some people they're not able, I don't know, but because he can't keep a certain person on a leash, I have to back off. So, and I was pretty good friends with all of you guys. I thought you're all fantastic, but he got taken off the list pretty much because of the leash issue. I think that's a polite way of saying it. But that's what he does. He'll go in, he'll come in here, he'll lurk for about I can't say a half hour, maybe 10 minutes. Then he leaves, and then he'll come back and lurk again. And he does this throughout my stream. He comes in and out of here and lurks. And I know this, and I've addressed it openly, And then he sees you guys come in here, and I'm sure he saw Bass come in here. Yeah, exactly. And we know who one of them is. See, now we're up to 5 people. So he's back again. I can guarantee you he's lurking again. Then he'll leave. Especially if I call him out. Then he'll leave. But then he comes back. That's pretty sad, isn't it? You can't hide from us, MFer, okay? Because we know. And don't ask us how we know. We just know. Okay? That's all you need to know, is that we know. You're funny, Tan. Show yourself. I mean, honestly, I just want this cold to break. It's like, damn. I mean, this snow ain't melting. And they said, because when I went to have my whip checked out, and I think Nick was here. I don't know if you were here when I said it. The guy at the shop, we were talking, because he lives like one town over from me. And after we'd figured out my whip was fine and it was cold, I said, I've lived here for 14 years in Ohio, Central Ohio, exactly to the day today. This is my 14-year anniversary here. And I've never seen my county have a level 3 snow emergency, which is the worst level. And he said, I've lived here as long as they had the level numbers for snow emergencies. And he's never seen it either. And I said, how much snow did you get? Because I figure whatever he got, I got. He said he got 15 inches. Oh, I believe it, Nick. Maybe they need to eat mandarins. That's what I did. I went to the store next to my work where where it's a questionable area, and they had a buy one get one free mandarins, and I brought a bag of them and passed them out. I'm like, if I could keep y'all well, you won't get me sick. And I did. I brought a 3-pound bag and I shared it with all of them. Some of them didn't want to eat them for whatever reason, but most of them did. I'm contributing to them not bringing any germs in and getting me sick. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm fighting it on my own. I don't need someone coming into the job and bringing more of them germs in and getting, nope, now we're down to 3, Tan. I guess he left. This is some funny stuff right here. It's like, and you guys are all his friends. Or, okay, I don't know. Are you still his friends? I mean, I don't know. It's been sort of sketchy. I mean, even JQ said that, and ever since well, of course, JHK brought me to meet JQ, but after that, when JHK goes into his sees JQ in any chat, he doesn't even acknowledge him. Damn. Yeah, here's the thing, Tan. I heard he's using his phone to call people, his new phone. But all he kept telling me was, I don't have WhatsApp fixed. I can't get WhatsApp fixed. And then he stopped talking to me after that because because he asked me, he says, well, I don't have your phone number because my phone got smashed. And I think I can just imagine how his phone got. Oh yeah, he talks to Clive. Exactly. Well, I'm not gonna let him call me because I don't want that phone bill. Okay. For me to talk to him on my phone, regular number, using the phone system, I don't want that phone bill. So unless he got WhatsApp, he is not allowed to call me. And he says he hasn't fixed that yet for whatever reason. I don't know how long it takes to fix that. I have the Line app, and I had that happen to me when my phone broke and I had to replace it. Because I didn't back up my line account, it took 6 months for me to fix that. So I told him, I said, it may take you 6 months to fix it. Which means he's not going to be contacting me anywhere because he lost my number anyway. So even if he wanted to, he couldn't contact me because, he can't keep her on a leash without saying the word, because I don't want to offend Nick, but he can't keep her on a leash. So he needs to stay away. That's how I look at it. You are not allowed to bring the dirty Muzzy into my life because, okay, is this moving? I don't see my mouth. There it is. Because I don't want her in my life. You chose to have her in your life. I did not choose to have her in mine. So you have to keep her away, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that happens. If it means I have to disconnect and eliminate you from my life and treat you just like you're just an acquaintance on here, I'll do it. Because the only thing I would run into a problem with, Tan, with him, is if he goes to the Balboni's wedding. I'm working on having a +1 to take with me on to that too. I mean, the Balboni's only live like an hour and a half from me, so yeah. But depending what happens, and I'm thinking that this will be sorted, that I'm starting this medical thing I've got to sort out. It should be sorted by then. Now, I don't know if it'll be sorted in time to go to Greece, but it'll definitely be sorted in time for their wedding. I'm just praying he doesn't go to their wedding, be honest with you. Because if he goes to their wedding, I can almost guarantee the FISA drama is going to be going with him. So I don't know. Oh, we're down to 2 people now. I guess you didn't want to hear that. Well, sorry, lurkers. We can have good lurkers, but I don't want other lurkers. I saw Clive was were you guys all in Clive's live on Kick yesterday? I don't have notifications on, but I saw he went live and I saw y'all were typing. I didn't see him in there, but I saw, I think, you, Hans, and someone else was in the chat because I was replaying it. But I didn't see JHK in there, so I guess he doesn't go to his lives on Kick. He just calls him on the phone, or Clive calls him. Clive used to call me, but he don't call me no more, I guess, because who knows? Maybe JHK told him not to call me. I don't know. I never know anymore what this man's trying to do. He's probably going to try to tell all of you guys not to talk to me because I don't talk to him, which is very, very, God, that's not the word I want. I would say immature, but that's not it. Very childish. But I could see him doing that because he can't talk to me. But the only reason why he can't talk to me is his own fault because he can't keep her on a leash. Is that my fault? No, it's not my fault. I'm just protecting my peace. You know, I've got a lot of friends on here over a lot of different groups, and I'm not going to have some crazy Muzzy ruin all that like she did with Tandra. So tell me what happened with Tandra. What did she do? How did she contact her? Because I know JHK had her phone number. Was it on the phone or was it in a chat? Where was it? I'm just curious. I just heard that FISA is the reason why Tandra disappeared because I have not seen her. It's like she went dark, dude. She went dark. Literally. And that's so sad. It's so sad. Because Tandra's a sweet person. I hate seeing people get so scared because they feel so threatened by some crazy dog. A crazy female dog. See, Nick, I'm trying to word it different so it's not offensive to you. So colds, flu. What is cedar fever, Nick? I never heard of that. I never heard of cedar fever. I've heard of the other two because I was fighting that. I was fighting them for like a week and a half, between 1 and 2 weeks. And then it finally got me last week. I had it for 2 days and I kicked it by doing the resting and all that. Oh, yeah, you're around a bunch of blue collar men, aren't you? I know they have mouths. Oh, really? So what does that do? I mean, does it cause like really bad allergies? I mean, I could see that. I used to have really bad allergies. I only have, 3 allergies right now? And I used to have like 88 when I lived in Missouri because it's like always humid there, even in the wintertime. And that stuff just made my nose go crazy. I couldn't even mow the grass or do any of that. Yeah, I hate that. It's so sad, but it is reality. So see if anybody, like I said, I'll just keep making new accounts. So when I run out of hours, I'll make another one. Run out of hours, make another one. The cycle I leave. The cycle I have to go through. I mean, except this time I'm not going to be a Thai Z. I'm actually going to eat because I started early enough. Because he'll sit on there and do a live and he'll do it till like 9. And he was like, I haven't eaten all day. And I'm like, you didn't eat before you went on, but I'm doing the same thing that he did, so I'm no better. The only difference is I can't be on super late because I'm not getting up to take the dog out for a walk. I'm actually have to get off because I have to clean up, go to bed because I have to work in the morning and drive in. Let's see, how cold is that supposed to be tomorrow? I'll convert it. I will convert it for all the Celsius people. Tomorrow's low is going to be -2. And it's probably on point because it said here today's low was -5, which is what it was. I screenshotted it. So it's actually warming up. Now it's -2 tomorrow. Oh, shoot. Saturday it's going to be -11. Oh, man. Are they serious? Okay, Nick, you have a good one. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy your siesta. I'm always open. The door's open for you, Nick. You know that. But enjoy your siesta. I know how that can go. I've been rolling since 5:30, I think. That's when I got up. You're welcome. As I'm yawning because I know I got to get up at 4:15 tomorrow. 10-4, good buddy. Tan, I know you're still here, right? You're just lurking. Are you talking? Are you telepathically communicating with the lurkers, telling them you know who they are? I'm just joking with you. I know Bass left because he hasn't said anything, but it was nice seeing him pop in. I'll have to tell JQ that I saw Bass came into my chat. He'll be happy to hear that. Yep, I got one in, and it's probably Tan. Nobody wants to come up. That's cool because I got more hours. But if you're all tired of me yakking, I've been up here for Jesus. I already hit it over. I'm over an hour now. Because I'm trying to get the global community. I don't want them to think it's too late. It's really early for me, but it's not for y'all. So we have one lurker. Hello, lurker. But I don't think this one's a lurker. I think this one's a real person. It's just funny that you said that, Tan. You know, when you got someone that can't keep their female dog on a leash, and they can't talk to me because they can't keep their female dog on a leash, and they can't control the female dog that's not on a leash because of what happened to someone else. And then they wonder why I walked away. That I basically treat them almost like they're nothing. And they have no idea why I'm doing it. You know what I mean? They probably think well, they're not going to think, they're going to think it's their fault. It's not really their fault. It's the one that they can't keep on a leash. You know? Because I worked too long and too hard to create the peace that I have in my life. I am not going to let one certain person ruin that. I treasure it that much. I treasure it more than any actual person. But all it takes is one person to, well, okay. Reword that. Rewind. All it takes is for me to allow one person to take it from me. Because it doesn't get taken away unless I allow it. Even if I don't realize I'm allowing it. So then I step back from the source so that it won't happen. And if that person is lurking, which I don't think it's them, usually if my chat count goes about 5 or more, that's when I know that the certain person is lurking. Or they could be in here now. I don't know. I don't think so because there's only one in here. It shows one person. And I don't think, because the list won't show anybody that's not talking. It doesn't show lurkers. No, it shows Nick on here still. Oh, now we're up to 2. I think the lurkers are back. Doggone lurkers. They're coming back because I put them on ignore. Sorry about that, darling. But I know what you're about. And you're not a bad person. I never ever will say you're a bad person. I've said it to JQ too, and both agree. You have a good heart. Problem is you're very easily manipulated by the wrong people with the wrong energy. That's what's wrong. And then when you step away from that person, you still allow them to manipulate you. And then you go down I'll just say start going down the wrong path. I'll say it that way. That's the most polite way of saying it. I got to figure out how to change this avatar. I know you can do it. I've done it before. Come on, down. Down. No. Edit. There has to be a way. Edit avatar. I figured it out. Jesus, I am so freaking dense. Where is it? Where's my red wings? My beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, there's my pokey thing. I like the pokey thing. That was good. But we're going to use that. Took me a minute. We're a little slow. There we go. Got my red wings back up. And no, we're not talking about women's troubles. I know some people have heard that. Well, at least that's how they call it in the United States. They call women's troubles red wings. I'm going to move this. Guess I'll wait to see if anybody has anything to say. And if you don't, I will shut this down. I'm going to do a 5 feet. Still 2 of y'all's in here. Okay. All right, no one's gonna type. I'll just go ahead and I'll play another tune to fill in the gap. This is from a new playlist. Oh, we still got a lot of fire. I was because I'm trying to find other songs to practice with my when we hang out again. And oh God, why is it doing that? And well, it set me up with the playlist. Let's go spend some money. Oh, I'm bumping into Steve B. I may have to end it just because of that. I don't want to bump into him. So I'll just I guess I'll just like play one of these songs until until I just fade out. I just saw that he's live. I don't want to do that to him. I don't know what that is. What the? Removed from history. What the heck is that? So, because y'all's quiet except for Nick and Tan, I'm gonna play one song as we move out. Because this is a good song too. This is it's called Close. It's Nick Jonas featuring Tove Lo. And I think this is gonna be my fade out song. Because y'all is like really, really quiet. So we're just gonna play this and then I'm gonna probably call it a night. Oh damn, oh damn, oh damn, I'm so perplexed with just one breath I'm locked in. Oh damn, oh damn, oh damn, I'm so perplexed. It's been wonderful chatting with y'all. Even the lurkers. And you know who you are. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Tan. Thank you, Bass. I appreciate you. We're going to fade this out. I love this song. I don't want you, babe. Going backwards, won't ask for space. The space was just a word made up by someone who's afraid to get too oh, so close. Oh, once you close. Oh, the space was just a word made up by someone who's afraid to get close. Oh, so close. Oh, once you close. Oh, once you close, stay close and oh man, I am not really known for ever being speechless. But now, somehow my words roll off my tongue right onto your lips. Oh, I'm keeping cool while you keep smiling, saying all the things I'm thinking of you. Oh man, I am like you, so I will prove from what you're feeling. Cause if I want you, and I want you, babe, I'm going backwards and not ask for space. The space is just a word made up by someone else afraid to get to. Close. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. The space was just a word made up by someone else afraid to get close. Oh, so close. So close. Cause if I want you, I don't want you, babe. Ain't coming backwards, won't ask for space.
Space is just a word made up by someone who's afraid to get too. Thank you for all for coming, but I'm gonna call this done, because except for the two, which there's gotten to silence, I am going to call this finished, and I'm gonna go lurk elsewhere. No, I don't lurk. I'm gonna go check out some other streams and stuff. So, like I said, the ones that showed up, thank you. The ones who gave me thumbs up, thank you as well. But honestly, it's definitely it's definitely time to call it. And it's not any insult to anybody who is here, because I appreciate y'all. But I will see you on the next one, okay? Ciao.